Oh, today I have, well, it probably says it in the title, blah blah blah, but I have my little final little cup tournament match. So, he won the first match, and then I brought this team to the second match, and I was like, well, I wonder what team I should make, or what team I should bring rather. And I was gonna bring a different team, but then I was like, you know what? I won with this team, and may as well bring it again. That's what I was thinking. And so starting off, this team is pretty, I won't say it's bad. I've been using it for about a year, this exact team for about a year. And the only problem that this team really has, if you can spot it, it has a couple. It really has no fairy resist. So that was my main thing looking at his team. And he took a long time looking at my team in the beginning. But really, I was looking at his team and it looks very solid. Also, Pumpkaboo is a pretty big threat, but I do have two dark types, and the dark is also dark flying one of them. But other than that, that Pumpkaboo can really threaten the other four mons. But other than that, I really overlook this guy. This guy is, he's okay. He's not that good, not that bad. I never really care about Staryu. And Doduo is definitely a threat, but I have a lot of speedy mons. So let's just play, see how it goes. And I lead off with Mienfu as always. He leads up with Pawniard. Now I think it was really ballsy of him for if he stayed in. So I just went for knockoff, assuming granbull or the ghost thing to come in. I could have taunted here. That could have been a play. But if granbull came in, that would have been a pretty bad play, I think, because I would have taunted the granbull and then I would have not had a switch. But if I knock off, I at least did something to him and still don't have a switch. Because if you think about it, granbull comes in, or not granbull, sorry, I'm going to call it that the whole game. What do I do? Nothing. So that's why I just don't use this team very much anymore, because it's offensive. And yeah, I have different variants of this team now that work better. U-turn out, and I'm probably going to go into Chincho. Yep, I do, and I don't expect him to stay in. I expect him to think I'm Specs or some offensive set now. So knowing he has nothing to block it, I'm just going to Volt Switch out. And even if he did stay in, he would probably go for Earthquake, so I was going to go into Vullaby, or I don't really know what I was going to do, but that didn't happen, so I went for Volt Switch on Pawniard. I didn't want to go into Diglett, and I calced it. I saw that Mienfu's U-turn killed, so I go into Mienfu and just U-turn out versus the Snubbull again. And this time I'm going to also go out into Chincho. And now I'm thinking that he is going to stay in, so I go for the Scald and try to get the burn, but he in fact does not stay in, which is a smart play. He goes to Pawniard just to sack. He could have gone to something else, but he just wanted to sack that because he brings in Scraggy. Now, I never think of Scraggy as a big threat. I don't know why. I always just think it's going to set up. So I believe I went for a Volt Switch here, but he shows me High Jump Kick as you saw. And it straight up takes me out. I'm not very defensive, but I do have a little bit of defense investment, so I'm just thinking, oh my goodness. This guy is like adamant or something. I don't know. I just thought that he was, for some reason I thought Dragon Dance. And I still think he is right now, so he's definitely Dragon Dance, but he has the Moxie. I calced it. Scraggy can't kill, at +1 he can't kill defensive Vullaby, so I go into Vullaby. And I believe I just U-turn out because so so I knew with Scraggy at +1 last turn. So he probably knew that I calced this. So right here, let me just go to this turn. He probably knew that I calced this. That's why I went into my defensive Vullaby. Obviously, it's defensive with the Chincho on the team. And so he's going to lose his Scraggy, and there's no real point for him to lose Scraggy when he can go into granbull and hard counter me. So for some reason I just felt like risking it at this point. I knew he was going to switch out, so I went for the U-turn. If he had stayed in and high jump kicked, then I would have probably been in a straight up losing position from that point in the game. But that's not what happened. I go for U-turn as he switches into granbull. And then he types in the chat, was that a misclick? And I said, no, I predicted that exact play, but there's nothing for me to do. And he said, oh, I see. And I go into Meowth, and really, that's just showing how much there is nothing to do. So fun fact, I've been running Silk Scarf Meowth for about a year. Like however long I made this team ago, I've been running Silk Scarf and I did calcs, and it never makes a difference in Little Cup. It does not make it a single point of damage higher. So I'm running Eviolite right now. As you can see, I go for fake out. Not really thinking too much, just trying to fake out the granbull. And at this point, I'm thinking, wow, there's really nothing for me to do. I thought he was going to Will-O-Wisp, but he shows me that he's the Z move Pumpkaboo. And for some reason, I thought he was just going to go for the Ghost move and take me out. But he thought I was going to Encore, I guess, because he's seen my set. But you can't Encore into Z Trick or Treat. I don't understand his play here. Maybe he was predicting Sucker Punch or something, but he goes into Granbull, which is in fact the safe play, looking back. And I go into Vullaby. And now I'm thinking, oh, I'll just Brave Bird, get a hit off. But in fact, let's see what happens. He shows me that he's faster, so normally I do run at least 14 or get up to 14 speed EVs on Vullaby, sometimes 15. But he showed me, this one's only 12 speed, I believe, so, or 11 maybe, but he showed me that he is definitely faster than me, or speed tie possibly. I didn't think about that as a speed tie. Now I go into Meowth to fake out, and this whole time I'm thinking, I know it's not Eviolite just because Snubbull does not normally run Eviolite, so I knew it was Berry Juice. I didn't think about this at all. He was at 70% right there, I believe, or something like that. But this whole time, I could have gone into Diglett and trapped him and potentially taken him out. Earthquake does somewhere about 60 to 80 something percent, like 64 to 84 or something like that. 66 to 84, something along those lines. And now I'm just planning on doing damage to the Snubbull, so I switch out, or so I return. Now I go into Purloin, and he goes to the Giga Drain. Nothing too special here. I'm gonna go for the knockoff. Do I? No. Instead, I go for U-turn. Predicting Granbull to switch in, and he just sticks the Giga Drain. I U-turn out. What do I go into here? Probably Mienfoo. I think I go into Mienfoo because there's nothing really for me to do. And yeah, I'm saying what the fuck in chat. So I'm gonna probably knock off, which sucks because I mean I didn't want to U-turn out again. I could have U-turned out again and gone into Meowth, but that's just really just wasting my own time. So he took my Eviolite. I'm just gonna knock it off and lose my Mienfoo probably. So he play roughs, and in fact that does take me out. So this is really just looking bad for me at this point. Now I calced it and I go into Diglett. And I'm like, oh, this is the point where I was like, oh my god, Snubbull is the biggest threat of anything on this team. I should have gone into this so much earlier and just tried to trap him and kill him. But now I know that it's a guaranteed kill, so at least now I kill him. And after that, I was saying at this point I want to go back and watch this and see how many chances I had to kill that dumb Snubbull. And so he brings in Scraggy. I'm pretty scared, so I go into, I know I can't kill it in one hit, so I go into Purloin. And now I go into Meowth. And I'm like, sweet, I get to fake out and return kill this thing. But he switches into Pumpkaboo again. Actually, whoa, wait, what? Oh, man. So I sack Purloin. I go into Meowth. Oh yeah, at this point in the games where I'm like, okay, it's 4v2, I may as well risk it. I'm gonna predict the Pumpkaboo. I guess. Dang, I didn't even realize I did that. So I go for the U-turn on the Pumpkaboo, not the fake out on the Scraggy. I go for the U-turn, switch out into Diglett, which now traps him, and just I calced an Earthquake kill. So I'm just going to not risk that 10% chance to miss this rock slide or not attacking and not sucker punch. And so here I just Earthquake. I'm like, what the heck? Why did he go into Scraggy? Didn't even think about him being scared. No point in sucker punch, quad resist, but I'm like, oh, I thought that was Dragon Dance. That is in fact Scarf. I have not seen Scarf Scraggy, I don't think, but that one did pretty well, and that double mono dark versus double, I mean not double mono, double dark versus double dark, and he came out on top because he also had the fairy. I think that was the reason. But other than that, that was a pretty good game. He didn't even have to use his last 2 mons. And that's how I lost the tournament. Next time, I think I will choose a little bit more solid of a team, but sometimes I just say YOLO and go with the team that already won, or just choose a team. And, at the end of the day, this game is about having fun, because in no way, shape, or form do I believe this can be competitive. Alright, but that was a good battle. Good game. Goodbye.